It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hey, buddy.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
Co-hosted with some of the most talented friends from around the internet. And brought to you by you, the G2 community, at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the #1 video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's Side Scrollers. We have an outstanding, dare I say, spectacular show today. I'm very excited for this one. It's going to be a good one. We're going to start off right now by introducing the king, the producer extraordinaire, Travis Keys.
Good morning, everybody. I'm excited for today, too. We got a fun day ready.
Friday fun day. Here we go.
Maybe that should be a thing. Who knows?
Well, maybe it will very shortly when we talk about that. Ooh, sounds good. Also joining us straight from the nether regions of the earth, from Guam, it's Blabs.
It's Friday. I am pumped that it's Friday. Yes. Hi, guys.
Hello. Also joining us, intently staring at his computer monitor, waiting for the new details for Destiny to come out. It's the one, the only, the greatest gamer in the room. It's Adam Krigler.
I'm actually watching. So right now there's a race between thousands of players to be the world's first, beating the very new raid that just came out in Destiny 2. My view on Destiny 2 right now is they need to get some new writers. The writing is trash. The new campaign was trash. I still love the game, and I'm really hoping this raid is going to come and be that challenging, awesome content that us end gamers really want. And I have a couple different streams right now. I'm watching Salta Greppo. He actually won the last 3 world first, him and his team. So I've got his stream up. I'm just watching them play the raid. I would be playing this right now, of course. Got to be here on Side Scrollers. I got a team of guys. We're going to tackle this as soon as I'm finished here. I'm really excited about trying this new content out.
Well, I can't wait to hear your news, and we're going to dedicate a few minutes to some hardcore gaming in just a few minutes to allow you to get your word vomit about Destiny out. It'll be really, really good. So.
Well, I feel like I just did it, but
oh, that was it. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. Yeah, we don't need to spend any more time on it. I will be distracted, but I'm here.
Well, then we'll instead of like a big intro, we'll just do this, and that's all you get.
That's good. I like it. That's good.
Not even the hard. Cool. Hey, what a great way to start Mario Day, March 10th, 2023. Here we are. This is the corporately created holiday of March 10th for Mario Day, MAR, and then 10. And here we are. We're excited to have a good one. And I challenge you guys to come in with your top 3 Mario games, which we'll get to that in just a little bit. So if you guys didn't do your homework, make sure you guys start thinking now. But before we do, Extra Zero says, "Hey, yo, Mario." Okay, thanks so much, Extra Zero. Appreciate that super chat to get us going. I want to have a big ass day today. I want to have a big fucking day. That's what I want to have. Big fucking day. That's all. That's all.
Not just a day, a big fucking day.
Big fucking day.
Yeah.
As part of that, we're gonna have a brand new game today. Travis has been working with a G2 to come up with a new game. Travis, do you want to talk about that? What that game is today? We're gonna play later on.
Yeah. It is a game where, let me first off say, Rubius did a day for me, and now Doom is keeping track of the quotes for me. Danger Doom 360 on Discord. And it's a game where I'm going to tell you guys a quote, and you're going to have to guess if we said it, one of us. And and some of them will be obvious because you'll remember the conversation, and which one of us said it. So that should be fun.
So just a simple game of who said it over the course of the first 17 or 18 episodes of Side Scrollers.
There better be a balls in Africa in there somewhere.
Fucking A, I swear to God.
What are you, Canadian?
I probably said that. That's probably me.
I'm sure we'll get there. In addition to that, we're gonna hear everybody's top 10, our top 3 Mario games. We have merchandise available in the store down in the description right now for you guys. So you guys go pick up your Side Scrollers merchandise. It's starting to arrive. If you guys do get any Side Scrollers merchandise, make sure you guys tag at Side Scrollers Pod or Side Scroller Pod on Twitter, or me on Twitter, or any of these guys as well. We'd love to retweet you and just to see you in your Side Scrollers merchandise, looking all sexy, as good as you feel. So also, we were just talking before the show, talking about Friday Fun Day. Adam, do you want to talk about what we want to do next Friday?
Well, I would love to have a little Side Scrollers competition between the 4 of us. Although I know, Trav, you said you didn't have a Switch, which is unfortunate, but eventually, I guess. But we could do a race, Mario Kart, just us. And we could face each other and see who's the best Mario Kart racer, and then maybe open it up to some patrons. Have some of you drop a link, drop the invite code or something. I don't know how it works actually, but to let some of the patrons. Is that how it works? You got to be friends.
Yeah, but I can become friends with some patrons
with the patrons.
On Mario Kart. Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah,
no big deal at all.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
for sure. So we'll do that next Friday, which I think next Friday will probably be a good decompression day. Coming off of what's going on next week. So it should be pretty fun. In addition, if you guys are listening to us over on Spotify or our iHeartRadio, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up or rate us 5 stars or give us a nice review. If you guys are in the comments, the question today is, what is your favorite Mario game and why is it Mario 35 or Mario World?
Are you asking?
Yeah.
No. That was more for the chat.
Oh, okay.
I was like, all right.
I have my top 3, but that's there. I never played 35, and I never will, on spite for you.
I know. No, you never will be able to. That's the problem. It's gone. It's gone forever.
Which is crazy.
It's been delisted.
I don't understand.
Nintendo just took it away.
Yeah.
Don't they have a physical copy of it somewhere?
No. It was a digital only game. This is why it's my number 1 game, is because you'll never be able to play it again. Is that it was a digital game.
Reason. That's a bullshit reason.
But it was also the best. It was the best game in the world.
No one can prove it. You can't prove it. Prove it to me.
I can, because I had probably 500 hours playing that game, right? In a year.
Where?
Like, it was
Show
nonstop. But Travis, would you like to show him all the hours and hours of gameplay that I streamed it?
Seems like a lot of work.
That's all I did. But it was great, man. It was a battle royale Mario game, and it was so ridiculously fun. It was up for like a year during the Mario 35 celebration, and then they delisted it. And there were people who were still like set up servers for it. Like, I don't even know how that works. They set up servers for the game to where it was still going. Like months later, because they just didn't want. It was like Brokeback Mountain. I wish I knew how to quit you. They just couldn't quit it. So anyway,
crazy if they would have found some way to do microtransactions for that game, and not to make people better, but just for like skins and things.
Yeah,
made just buckets of money.
Yeah, it would have destroyed. Keep like little Marios running around in Zelda outfits and stuff. That would have been great. That one Axe coming in and resubbing tier 1 for 12 straight months, 30 total months over on Twitch. Says, somewhat controversial, Super Mario Sunshine. I have a lot of memories attached to it. Bingo. So that's the thing, is so much of our games are tied to memories and nostalgia of who we were playing with when we played it, how old we were, the place we were at in our lives. And I think that there's a very, very small window of people who would say, yeah, Mario Sunshine is my favorite game ever. But you had to be a certain age during a certain time. Because if you were to show Mario Sunshine to, like my daughter, she'd be like, oh, that's fun. It's a fun Mario game. But I don't
it's a GameCube game too, right? Mm-hmm. So you had to have a GameCube, and how many people bought that? Which I think it's a great system. It just didn't do well.
GameCube was, it wasn't the N64 and it wasn't the Wii, but it did fine. It certainly wasn't the Wii U. Right. All right. You guys want to get into some news?
Yeah.
I know Adam's over here like, hey, how's the raid going, buddy? Is it going
I'm
good?
watching the raid. Normally I have you're actually over here. I put you on this monitor so I can act like I'm listening. I'm paying attention. But I'm also soaking up what they're doing to get through the raid.
Oh, well, I'm glad that we have a little bit of your attention, because I do think that we're going to have. I think you're going to enjoy this story. So our first story we this was referenced the other day, but I thought
hard news. Oh wait,
Jeez, you scared the shit out of me.
Was it too soon?
Let's add a little bit. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for
hard news.
Hard news.
Well, I thought you were gonna just start talking into the news, and I'm like, he didn't give you my hard news time. I was waiting for it, so I'm just gonna freaking drop it on him like it's hot.
I'm awake now, boy.
Users.
Yeah, I'm awake.
Sorry, headphones. Yeah, that's right. All right. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. It was teased, but this apparently has been not so much confirmed, but heavy rumors that Beetlejuice 2 is in the works, with Michael Keaton returning and Jenny Ortega as Lydia's daughter. Do you guys familiar with Jenna Ortega?
Yeah,
no, who's
Wednesday.
that?
She's really good in that show. Wednesday.
Yeah, she's
that's that girl.
Yeah,
The
she's
Yeah.
Wednesday Addams.
Wednesday girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the meme girl.
She is all the rage right now. I think she's hosting Saturday Night Live this week. She's kind of ascending right now. And the Wednesday show, which was really good, by the way, which is a really I very much enjoyed that show. She's on her way. So she's getting attached to a lot of projects right now. But there's talk that Ortega is going to be the daughter of Winona Ryder's Lydia from the 1988 original, which makes sense because if you look kind of like what Winona Ryder looked like in the original Beetlejuice, that's she had kind of the same kind of gothic thing going on that Wednesday does. And
Wait, is it Winona or Winona?
I thought it was Winona.
Winona, I think. Yeah.
Winona?
Yeah.
I've always said Winona. Maybe no.
Why?
It's Winona Judge. Winona Judge. Winona Ryder.
Did they mention the other actors at all for the show?
Well, they're just talking about potential. Beginning production in May or June of this year. So right around the corner.
It makes me wonder if they're having Michael Keaton back as Beetlejuice, if they're going to have that other couple back.
Yeah, he confirmed it.
Yeah, but the other couple who were ghosts, I wonder if they will return. If they're alive, I don't know if they're alive.
Gina Davis isn't in movies anymore, is she?
Oh,
I don't think so. I don't think Gina Davis is in movies.
And Alec Baldwin, or no?
Steven, I think.
Was it Stephen Baldwin?
Yeah.
A Baldwin.
It was a Baldwin. I know that.
I will say this. For her time, Gina Davis, what a beautiful, oh my gosh. Hot babe. Lord.
Yeah.
I would love to see her in a movie again. That would be great.
That brings me to my next question is, what does Gina Davis look like today? I always love to see what celebrities that were.
Where is she now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just always so sad when you look them up and then they have all this fucking 50 plastic surgeries. You ain't seen
Madonna.
Yeah, she looks like a Bratz doll. I swear to God, she looks like a Bratz doll.
Oh, yeah.
If you pull her up next to one.
Straight up, still gorgeous. My Lord. What a beautiful.
Wow. That's Gina Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
she looks the same.
Yes, this is why you don't need plastic surgery.
She probably got some plastic surgery.
Probably.
It looks like she got some work done.
But not a lot.
Yeah, look at her forehead. I think she did.
What is that about? I don't know.
Like a Botox. Look at her forehead. There's no lines on her face for her age.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, I think there's something to aging gracefully for sure. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Yeah, I think that's pretty neat when an actor can say like, I'm just not going to be in any films anymore. Like, Rick Moranis did that too, where he's like, yeah, I'm just going to be a family guy now. I did all my acting. Rick Moranis he was huge in the 80s and early 90s. He was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and he was like a big
Ghostbusters.
Like huge comedic actor. And then he was like, yeah, I'm just not going to do any of that stuff anymore. I'm good. It's like, all right, good for you. Love that. So anyways, Beetlejuice 2 looking like it's coming. Speaking of 80s and 90s fun times and movies, this was something that I was really intrigued by. Were you guys a fan of RoboCop back in the day?
Loved it.
I actually never saw it. I remember was it Family Guy making fun of them or something like that? Chicken.
Well, if the question is, did Family Guy make fun of them? The answer is always yes, because they make fun of everything they can.
That's true.
So it wouldn't surprise me that they did a RoboCop thing. But I remember the movie being cool, and I watched it when I was a kid, and I thought it was good. I haven't seen it since, so I don't really remember the movie itself, but I know that it's scarily close to some shit that some people want to exist today. Like,
it's
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of like. What's interesting about RoboCop is the director has said that it was more or less a depiction of Jesus, and the retelling of yeah. Have you not heard this before?
No,
it's crazy. So the idea that he's essentially supposed to be like a savior.
I get it,
because he's killed, then he's brought back to life, and it's really bizarre. Like the if you watch the movie, you're like, what? And then he starts talking about it, and you're like, okay.
Well, but someone sells him out, and so like he has a Judas, and you know what I mean?
Right. There's all these like little side stories to it, but at the end of the day, it's a really bloody version of. It's just a really fun movie. Like that, he's getting his hand shot off, and there's all sorts of blood, getting stabbed with a giant. When he towards the end, there's the fight scene where he gets stabbed with a giant pole, and it's like, oh my god. Anyways, with all that said, RoboCop is still pretty popular with today. I'd say today's adults. It's something that has that's kind of transcended time. RoboCop as a character was always pretty cool looking. I think most people think of RoboCop 1, not necessarily 2 or 3. And they tried to reboot it several years ago, and it was more or less much the same. It was kind of like just a trashy reboot, but they have come back with a new video game, which is kind of intriguing to me, where you play as RoboCop in first person. And I wanted to share some footage with you guys to get y'all's your first impression of it. So let's go check this out and see what you guys think of this. I'm very intrigued to see. This is called RoboCop.
Sure.
Yes, yeah, and you'll be able to tell why.
I actually have seen this. So.
Oh, you have? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll be interested to see what Blabs and Trav have to say about this.
Well, I still have things to say about it.
Okay, sounds good. You can say whatever you want.
Poor Adam.
So, Blabs, you know that's RoboCop?
Yes.
Okay.
I gathered that much information I got.
Just making sure it's a robot cop. There you go.
You came to clean up this city, didn't you? It'd be easier to burn it all to the ground. Believe me, just burn it all.
That sound of him walking, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty iconic when it comes to it. But I'll say this. Playing as RoboCop, just as you said that, talking about the sound of his, like, you see how slow he moves, because that's the thing about RoboCop. He's like methodically walking. And if you have to move around the entire game at that pace, oh my God.
Hey,
yeah.
If Mike Myers can catch people to kill him, RoboCop can catch bad guys.
This is true. So here we go. Let's check this out really quick. There is some blood and death in this. Fair forewarning.
Come back with a warrant, cop.
All right.
So you're looking for clues with your visor and stuff.
That's cool. So it's just not a shoot 'em up.
Yeah. Oh, we may get flagged for inappropriate content going into the bathroom. So watch out.
We'll sell to you.
Drugs in the basement. I will take care of that. Open the door. I have the warrant.
Oopsie. I think I dropped my key somewhere.
Huh.
It's RoboCop!
Surrender your weapons.
Chance! Out! Finally!
So, Adam, do you remember the lock-on technology that RoboCop had when he was shooting? Because there's the one scene in RoboCop where there's a guy who's mugging a girl, and he's like trying to figure out. He's got the girl in front of her, and he's got a knife or a gun or whatever it is, and he ends up shooting between her dress and shooting him in the dick because he like locks on, and it's such like a hard ass thing. I love it.
That 80s humor, wonderful.
Oh, listen, there ain't nothing funnier than shooting a guy in the dick. It happened in 21 Jump Street, the reboot of that as well. But either way, it'll be interesting to see kind of how they humanize RoboCop in this, as much as a robot cop can be. When he has all this ridiculous technology that allows you to lock on to different bad guys, or will this be kind of like a Metroid thing where maybe RoboCop has to discover his powers again? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. So
can we get that added to the list of out of context things?
What's that?
There's nothing funnier than being shot in the dick.
I guarantee
shooting somebody in the dick. Yeah,
I'm the only person who would say that here. I promise you that.
Yeah, but I disagree with it, but I don't know. As I said, I don't like watching people get hurt. Those aren't funny videos to me. I never enjoyed those.
I love it. I love chaos.
You're a freak. So.
I know that's true. This is true.
This game to me looks great. Like, it looks amazing.
Yeah, and like it doesn't look, like when you look at people's faces and stuff, it kind of looks like PlayStation 3, Yeah, it doesn't look super spectacular
when it gets up close. Yeah,
the gun itself. I mean, I don't know,
but that outside scene looks great.
Yeah, but it is interesting to hear that like Robert Weller, the original RoboCop, the voice in particular, he's doing the voice for this game. So that's pretty fun. It looks like there's some like kind of mad, or was it Max Payne style slowdown? Jeez Louise!
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Fallout with the lockdown stuff.
I can see that. Yeah, as pointed out.
I see like cyberpunk kind of vibe.
For sure, but
cybernetics.
That was kind of the feel of the original RoboCop. The kind of what's what we thought the future would look like. What's in old Detroit, with lots of neon and all sorts of places. The cyberpunk. Look at that guy is like entire.
Just gets, demolished. Just boop.
Yeah, that's a hell of a gun.
Nice wish list in September 2023. Well, we'll definitely need to check that out. But
I always, when I was young, thought if they did a RoboCop game, well, it should sell great because the idea of it is just a good idea for a game,
Just RoboCop as a whole?
Yeah, just the idea of a robot, you know what I mean? Because it makes sense. You have more health because you're a robot, you know what I'm saying? So you can get repaired, you can pick up upgrades, you can, you know what I mean?
Sure. I guess that all makes sense. I mean, like I said, I love robots, and I don't know, RoboCop is fun.
It's still until Skynet comes alive and
technically a cyborg, but
all true. I don't want anything to do with that Skynet shit.
Yeah.
Shane came in as a member for 13 months. Look at that. That's amazing. It says Gina Davis in League of Their Own was very snazzy. Yes, Shane, I definitely agree. And Rich came in and says, those RoboCop games on the NES were awful. And I don't think there's been a RoboCop game since the NES. I can't. Maybe there's an arcade game or something, but
that's what I mean by theoretically it should make a great game, but they've always been trash.
I mean, I guess. Let me see if I can find this.
I'll be honest. The game it looks pretty trash. I'm saying
I have no
looks
interest
pretty
in
trash.
it.
I like first person shooters. Especially anything that is science fiction. That falls away from the military shooters, which I do enjoy, but I don't know, like Destiny.
It adds an extra level, is what you're saying, in your opinion.
Yeah. Halo is amazing. Halo is so freaking fun because you could do things with it that it breaks the reality.
Well, and
suddenly
Halo,
RoboCop.
Halo is almost like a RoboCop, right? Because he's basically an enhanced human. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I can see that for sure. I mean, I don't think they'd ever call him a RoboCop, but an advanced soldier for sure.
Right.
All right, so it's obvious that very mixed reviews on RoboCop, Rogue, whatever it is. But what's interesting is I'm looking at this list of games attached to RoboCop. The last RoboCop game was in 2014, but it was a free-to-play mobile shooter for iOS and Android. And before that, it had been a decade where they made another mobile game in 2004. So that had to have sucked in 2004. Mobile game.
Game in 2004.
Yeah. There was a
What did you do? Play
RoboCop.
Tetris, basically?
Right. Snake, you know. There was a RoboCop game in 2003. This will be the first RoboCop game for an official console since RoboCop in 2003 for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. So crazy. Anyways, interesting stuff. I will say this.
Who's the developer?
The developer for RoboCop Rogue City is developed by Nancon and Teon.
Nobody I've ever heard of.
Yeah, Teon. Teon is a Polish video games developer, producer, and online publisher for the leading platforms, including PC, Switch. Okay, so they make games. So they have an office in Poland and one in Kyoto, Japan. So,
well, I wish them luck. I hope they do it well.
I don't know. Adam and Blabs, not impressed.
No.
And that's fine. You know what? You will be impressed. Have you guys seen the trailer for the new Super Mario Brothers movie? The final trailer.
I actually liked
I haven't.
it.
No.
Oh, good. Okay, well, then you be ready to go because this is the final trailer before the movie is released. Let's do some first impressions, shall we?
Okay.
Here we go. The final trailer. I saw this and I'll just hold off. Here we go.
Where am I?
Ooh, fresh meat for the grinder.
Pay him no heed. He is cute, but he is.
There's gotta be a way out of here.
There's no escape. The only hope is the sweet relief from death.
Whoa! Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Kind of dark. I like it.
My army! Koopas! Goombas! Whatever those things are! Oh. We will destroy the Mushroom Kingdom!
Bowser is coming.
I'm not afraid. I'll do anything for my brother.
We're going to save him.
Yes! Fire!
You asked for it. This is fun.
Here we go.
Attack! Let's end this.
You know what? To be honest, this trailer changed my mind about it. This looks
me
pretty
too.
good.
Me too.
I'm
Same
excited.
thing.
This trailer changed my mind about it also, and I suddenly can't stand Chris Pratt's voice.
Wow.
Did he say anything in this at all?
He said, "Ha
You couldn't. No, he spoke a bunch of times.
Something about I'm not afraid.
I'll do anything to save my brother.
Yeah.
It's like that does not sound like what Mario. Like I'm not saying I want the exact same Mario voice, but this was like, what is that voice? What is that? Oh yeah, it's Chris Pratt. Oh yeah, that's what Mario's supposed to sound like. That does not sound like Mario. That's all I thought about for the rest of the trailer. Looks cool, but that threw me off. That's all I can think about now.
I'll say this. I thought it was really somebody brought up a really great point about Charles Martinet, who's the video game voice of Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you hear Mario, he doesn't speak. It's always woohoo, ha ha, hee hee, and it's just really like right. And but you never, and he may say like Luigi or something along those lines, but it's never full complete sentences. And
it's a Mario.
Right.
He says that's a full sentence. All right.
Well,
we get his accent in that statement alone, and it does not sound like him.
But if you were to listen to Charles Martinet for 90 minutes talk like that, it would destroy your ears. Like you would be so tired of it 10 minutes in.
But that's not what I'm expecting though. They're still, it's the accent itself. It's not like he's going to be like, I'm going to save my brother. You know, it's like that's not what I'm expecting. Yeah. That's not what I want, but it's still, there's an essence of that style that would still creep in. It's like an Italian speaking. It's not like their accent's going to annoy me. It's just like, okay, they're very clearly Italian, right? They're not laying it on thick, you know, they're they're just speaking, and that's their accent. It's like they didn't try at all. I mean, don't get me wrong. Chris Pratt did that. He did have that. I don't know when DK powered up with the firepower, and he was like firepower, and then Mario went woohoo. It sounded like Mario. I was like, cool, yeah, all right, great. But of all the trailers, that really was like, oh damn, like that's gonna be distracting. If that was just the trailer and I was that distracted by his voice, I'm just pointing that out. That's all I'm saying.
It's interesting. I mean, for sure. Do you plan on seeing it?
Yeah, eventually. I'm not going to go to the theater. If I had kids, maybe, but I don't. So,
well, I'll say this. There were a few things in here that I was actually very intrigued by. Some things that, when you look at it, I was kind of surprised that that they would put these things in a trailer. And the first one is this right here, where they give Donkey Kong a fire flower. That's never been done before. And outside of like Mario and Luigi are the only ones who've ever had fire flowers before. And they showed Peach with a fire flower in one of the original trailers. But I thought this was like something that you save for the movie and you go, that's awesome. You know, that's really cool to see that he got that. You do see like little subtle like this. He does the butt stomp here, which is, you know, kind of an iconic move for Mario, the butt stomp. You know, and there's a lot of little ties, but I do think what you're seeing here, here's my thought on how the movie's going to go. If I can just lay it out based off the trailers, what I think is going to happen is Mario Luigi gets sucked down the drain. Luigi gets captured by Bowser. There's some sort of that's where Donkey Kong and Mario have some sort of square off in some sort of Smash Brothers type setting. They end up find out that they're friends, not foes. And anyways, at this point right here, where you're seeing this Rainbow Road, this has been such a prominent role, prominent part in all the trailers. I think this is like 80% of the way through the movie right here, where there's some sort of massive hall with all the friends trying to save the Mushroom Kingdom, and that's what they're all doing right here. That's why everybody's making their way to Bowser's castle via the Rainbow Road. That's my thought. And then obviously the last 10, 15, 20% of it will be fight against Bowser in some way, shape, or form. So I feel like I have the movie pretty well thought out in my head, and I could be totally wrong.
No, I think you're right. When I saw Rainbow Road, I immediately thought, oh, that's the way to get to Bowser's castle. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, it wasn't Mario that changed my opinion. It was everything else. We got to see more of the whole world and the type of comedy and their interactions, and you know what I'm saying? And that's what changed my mind about it.
Blabs, are you interested in this movie at all?
So here's the thing. When I first saw the other trailers, I thought Mario was really stupid. It looked like Princess Peach was leading him around, you know, girl power and all that. I was like, this is going to be stupid. But this is the one trailer that I was actually like, okay, this could be cool. I love the graphics. The colors look 10 times better. Mario for me did sound like Mario for the most part. I do agree with Adam though. Like you could hear Chris Pratt a lot, and I'm kind of thinking the theory is it starts off as Chris Pratt as it begins, and then it goes into like a more Mario-like accent, like towards the end where you can it sounds more Mario than the other ones. So
why would that be though?
I don't know.
Doesn't make sense.
Like some type of story that they're, I don't know. Maybe it starts off more Chris Pratt and it gets more into Mario. Like he's like sucked into another world. You never know. Something like that.
He just gets more Italian as the movie goes.
You never know. It could be some weird ass plot twist story.
It's coming over me, Blabs. I'm getting a more Italian.
He eats that spaghetti or lasagna.
You never know. Like maybe that's what it is, or maybe he's just. When he was in the studio, he was like, I feel more Italian today. I don't know, but we're going to find out eventually anyway. Will I go see it in theaters? Probably not, because it's not something that I'm not like the most crazy Nintendo person in the universe. I'll probably eventually see it one day for sure. I want to see it. I'm just not going to drive 40 minutes to a movie theater to go see it on purpose.
I'll probably see it day one with my kids. My kids.
Oh, yeah. If you have kids, it's probably the best thing to go for. It's not going to be.
If you had kids, hopefully. If you didn't have kids, would you go see it?
Certainly not day one. And Yeah, I'm very like I'm all about. Like I said, I have a relationship with Nintendo. I grew up with Nintendo. I have a relationship with Mario, right? But I don't have a relationship so much that I'd be willing to go see the Super Mario Brother movie by myself in a theater with a bunch of kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be
and
that weird guy, the 41-year-old guy with the movie being like, yeah, I love the butt stomp.
drinking your drink.
See, I was going to disagree with you when you said I don't want to be the guy alone in the theater, but then you said with the kids. So, no, I'm right there with you. Then I would, but for me, this is a movie you go see like when it's been out for 5 weeks and nobody else is on the theater. I got nothing to do on a Sunday. I'm going to see this.
We'll probably end up buying it for sure. You know, I think it's one of those things where like my kids love, especially the Illumination. Anything with Illuminations done, my kids have loved with the Gru and all that stuff, and the whatever that is, little minions and all that. They love all that stuff, and the animation style is really solid. I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. Like I said, I wouldn't see it by myself, certainly not, but I am excited for it. I want to let you guys know that during all that insanity, watching that, Travis came in with 100 bits, getting everybody going. Then Crazy T, then Aiden came in, and then that one Act says, at least this time during the Nintendo Direct, Chris Pratt sounded more enthusiastic or more enthusiast. Yes, for sure. Chris Pratt did seem like he was very interested. And Travis came in again with 400 bits. Thank you, Trav. JF Raptor fan with 100 bits. Travis again. And then J Rome says it's great. Yes, it's not Charles. It's not the Mario people know. And I still say, look at the old cartoon. It's not the same. People need to let it go. Look at DK as well, and Luigi and Bowser too. It's just enjoy it. All these things. Also, take these bits. Happy Friday, J Rome. Thank you very much, buddy. Greatly appreciate that. That's 2,000 bits from J Rome. Extra Zero says, growing up on the Super Show, the first time I heard Charles Mario, it was super off-putting to me because it sounded like Mickey, and I'm not a New Yorker. So yeah, it's kind of like you mean like Mickey Mouse Extra Zero, like a kind of a over the top. And I'll say this, in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show with Lou Albano, I mean, he kind of had that scruffy kind of New Yorker style voice to go along with it. So I could see that, and it'll take time. I know that sounds crazy, but
I think I would prefer a New Yorker accent over Chris Pratt's for Mario. Yeah.
The Legacy says it looks like the voice will alternate. You hear Mario at times and Chris Pratt in other scenes.
See? Yeah.
I don't know.
Not alone in this theory.
What the hell are you guys talking about? I hope you just.
We'll find out. Maybe I'm totally wrong, which you know what? That's fine too.
I'll say this. That's been the common theme the entire promotion lead up to this movie. I would say the biggest critique has been Chris Pratt. And
maybe he forgets who he is.
What's that? Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's Chris Pratt. Where am I?
Oh. But he knew his brother was Luigi when he sounded like him. So
yeah, I don't think
maybe
that's
all
happen.
He remembers. Like he and his brother get like trapped somewhere. Who knows? You never know.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound very like fear.
I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. I think it's going to be
maybe just Chris Pratt just did not have a good day at the studio one day. It's just Chris Pratt.
They're like, we're gonna have to go with it.
Could just
right.
Back with an accent. Yeah.
Mike comes in and says, let's use AI for Lou Albano's voice. Get Captain Lou Albano from the original one. All kidding aside, there are two ways to do Mario's voice. One, use the voice actor from the Mario games, which would be annoying, as Craig mentioned. Two, just get a voice actor with a Brooklyn accent, which is more in line with their origins from New York, which Lou Albano emulated. Chris Pratt makes no attempt to do either, which does service for no one. I understand that. I totally understand that sentiment. The idea like, well, Mario's a New Yorker. He should sound New Yorker. He should sound Italian.
Is he a New Yorker?
Yeah, that's...
When does that become part of the lore? I thought he lived in the Mushroom
New
Kingdom.
York lives in
well, he's from Brooklyn.
Right, and he goes down a pipe to get to the Mushroom Kingdom, yeah. And that's like little known stuff, because if you watch the beginning of the cartoon, it says all that. But my question is, who are they marketing this for? Like older fans or younger?
I think it's just a family movie.
Yeah,
they want everyone and anyone coming to see this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The market is anybody who's ever played a Mario game, which is
for the younger people. I don't think the voice matters as much.
No,
to be honest,
I agree. I 100% agree. I think
And that's the same for everything. That's why they're changing everything. They're like, whatever. No, new people don't know, so let's change it how we want it. Which
throw out Star
kinda
Wars.
sad,
New
but-
shit. Yeah.
slippery slope, people.
I'm with
I don't know,
Adam on this.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that you saw there was a clip that going around last week of all the actors, the voice actors for the Mario movie, like appearing on the Kelly Clarkson show, and it had like Jack Black in a Mario outfit, and it had all these different quote unquote A-list celebrities who are voice actors, and you couldn't do that stuff with Charles Martinet or just generic voice actor guy who has a good Brooklyn accent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, where that's what you're paying for when you pay Chris Pratt. You pay for everything else aside from the voice. So
Jack Black did a good job actually of being Bowser. He changed his voice. Like I was like trying to hear Jack Black, and I was like, yeah, it is Jack Black, but he does a pretty good job of being like an evil Bowser guy. That was good. I liked his voice.
You can tell it's Jack Black, but it's not like in your face that's Jack Black, and you can just keep enjoying it.
Yeah, well, he's trying to be Bowser.
Right. I think that's the difference.
I feel that he's more or less doing his like Tenacious D like rock voice, where he's like, it's Tenacious D, rock, whatever, that's like his thing. And that's kind of what I feel like he's doing with Bowser. So, I definitely hear Jack Black, but I think that's just because, once again, we have a relationship with all these people who are doing these voices. I have a relationship with Seth Rogen because I've seen his movies for 20 years. I have a relationship with Jack Black because I've watched his movies and Tenacious D. I have a relationship with Chris Pratt because Chris Pratt's in everything. So it's just one of those things where I don't know. I'm able to kind of turn my mind off and be like, yeah, okay, but oh well. It'll be interesting to see kind of how it all comes together. And I think the movie is going to be massive. I think it'll clearly cross $1 billion, and it's going to set such a precedent for Nintendo. I've said that many, many times. So
how long for it to get $1 billion, guys?
Probably like the first 2 weeks at least. I'd say they probably would do it. Maybe they might even do it the first opening weekend. Who never knows? But I think in 2 weeks they could do it.
I don't think so.
No, like a major blockbuster opening weekend is like $100 million, right? Like that's massive. It's not like video games. Like video games can cross $1 billion in a weekend. Like Call of Duty's crossed $1 billion in a weekend, and that's what kind of separates video games and movies. Movies are more of a longer rollout. There's more income streams with movies. You have the initial theater release, and that's like the big thing. The initial theater release,
different dates in different places too, right?
Right, and you have the international release, you have the domestic, you have international, and then you think about all the syndication of the movies. You have everything on digital. You still have physical copies people will pick up. Then you have all the different platforms attached to it. It's all about just casting a wide net as you possibly can and getting as many people to fork over $15 to go see the movie. Whereas with video games are built around that first experience. Just like we talked about with Call of Duty yesterday, the thing that Sony's so upset about, the idea that the first experience with the games is very, very crucial. Well, it's not so much like that with movies. Movies are something that you can take in your leisure, whereas with games you want to be first one in, you want to experience, just like what Adam's going through right now. Adam's like, I want to play Destiny.
Imagine if they did with movies what they did to games, like, oh, we only have so many copies or so many seats. Get in here.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. That'd be crazy to think about.
Yeah, I wouldn't even imagine how it would go,
Yeah. Invader came in with a Prime sub. Thank you so much for 23 months. If you guys do have Amazon and you guys haven't used your Prime sub, make sure you use it on us. We'd really appreciate it over on twitch.tv/stutteringcraig. Really appreciate that. That's 23 months. Says, let's go. Thank you so much, Invader. Appreciate that. All right. I wanted to kind of, I only got a couple more things today, guys. Like I said, we're gonna have a abbreviated show. But yesterday we were talking about Mario Kart 8 with Jeremy, and we were talking about how much it's such a different game than what it was when it was first released. And Mario Kart 8, I believe, was released almost a decade ago now, and now they have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't know if you guys saw the latest update to Fortnite. Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 2. Have you guys seen this?
I don't
Never been a Fortnite fan, so
okay. Well,
I don't pay attention to it.
And that's totally fine. But I wanted to show you guys the difference of how Fortnite has changed since its initial release 5 years ago as a battle royale game. I thought it'd be really interesting just kind of further that that conversation. So I just want to show this to you guys and get your thoughts. And it's more or less just kind of showing you more of what we talked about yesterday. Here is the launch trailer for Fortnite Battle Royale, which was 5 years ago, and how much that game has changed. Pretty basic. You pop on in. It's really bright and colorful, cartoony graphics. And you're going to notice in this trailer, something really, really big was it's all about building. The battle is building, because that's what Fortnite was at the time. And this is a fairly slow moving trailer. You know, it allows you kind of the opportunity to digest what's happening, because this is the first time people have seen it. So you guys kind of get the gist of it. There's building attached to it. There's guns, and they're still trying to capitalize on what Fortnite initially was. So now I want to show you the trailer to the new season, which was released, I think today.
So wait, that was the original trailer?
That was the original trailer for Fortnite.
Okay.
And here's Fortnite today. And just take a look at how different Fortnite is. And you talk about this this kind of steampunk style, and now there's all these crazy looking characters attached to it. There's zip lines now, kind of jet grind radio aspect of things, explosions and cars, and this kind of neo-punk style, however you describe it. But it's so unbelievably different than what it was.
Do you think this was their plan all along, or do you think this was done incrementally?
It was done incrementally for sure.
They had no idea what they had when they first released Fortnite. No idea what they had. Like I am 100% convinced of that. Zero idea. Because they didn't have any intention of releasing the initial Fortnite. I mean, the fact that I love the different art styles attached to it. It's really, really cool. But
it's all about the skins. It's all just about buying the skins.
Yeah,
that's how they make their money, ain't it?
Yeah.
100%. But billions and billions of dollars. But I just thought it was interesting, considering what we talked about yesterday with Mario Kart 8 and how much it's a different game, and how Fortnite is. If you were to go back and play the first version of Fortnite that was released, you'd be like, "What is this trash?"
Yeah, and I'm sure it controls like much different too. You know, I don't play it, but I'd imagine with that much change, it has to control different.
You know what you didn't see in this trailer? Building.
Yeah, I was going to say building.
You're
they
right.
Took it away for most part.
Didn't see a single second of building, which
which
pretty
is weird because that was like
that's what it was
made
based
them.
On,
yeah, that was what made them different from other BR games, wasn't it?
Yeah. So here's my history on Fortnite. So I started playing it about a year ago with some of the G&G guys like Johnny, Tugs, Disper, and all of them, right? And then I kind of switched over to Call of Duty and Apex, and I just think those other games are just so much better. Maybe it's because of the point of view, which is completely different, third to first and all that. But also, I just kind of find that Fortnite is just, it's all about the skins. You're kind of copying all the other games at this point. Like you said with the ziplining, Apex already had that. That's new for Fortnite, isn't it? But Apex has that for years, where you can just zip line and just shoot from the ground below and all that and above.
That's what
Fortnite. I like it.
Fortnite has done an exceptional job of taking the best of all the other BR games and bringing it into their game.
Yeah, they just kind of copied and they were like, "Aha!" And that's how they're making all their money now. Well, and also, at the content house in G&G, I had a really shitty controller that was drifting, and they made me play. And Jeremy was like, "You play now," and I'm like veering off to the left, not doing well at all. And I was like, "This sucks." It's tainted for me.
Isn't that what you do to the new person when you're gaming? Give them the shitty.
The thing was, it was the controller at the content house. Like, it wasn't Jeremy's or anybody's. The controller was just that one from the house.
Sure.
And every time we picked it up, I'm like, "This one's shit. Don't touch this remote." And it was also PlayStation.
I was gonna say, isn't that when you have the mass group of gamers playing your game? Isn't that the advantage that you have, that you can just take little things from all the other ones because you have the most people playing?
Well, I think that all games take a little bit from everything. I mean, if you look at what Call of Duty has done with their battle royale, they've taken a lot of what's in Apex. They've taken stuff from Fortnite. Fortnite's taken stuff from Apex and Call of Duty. Apex has taken stuff from all the games. You know, like that's just the reality. Is if you have some sort of killer app in your game, it will only be a killer app or a killer feature for about a week until somebody is like, "Oh, that's a great idea. We're going to add it to ours." And you know, that's just the reality of creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just video games, creativity as a whole. I mean, that's what happens is somebody comes up with a brilliant idea, and that's why you see, you know, it's a larger discussion, but you see the that's why you don't see a whole lot of innovation in the content space, specifically from a platform perspective. Like YouTube is, you know, too big. Anything once you reach a certain point, your best move isn't to develop; it's to acquire. It's to acquire certain companies that have technology, or acquire patents, or acquire things like that. You know, we could go down that road all day long, but
I think the only company that doesn't do that business model is Nintendo, right?
Nintendo's the ones who I think they come up with a lot of ideas, but they do. I mean, they take a lot. I mean, they definitely take risks, but I don't know. The thing they do is they take their characters that they own and operate, and then they bring them into things that are already established, I guess. So, anyways, give it up for Gravy D, who came in with the brand new Prime sub. Gravy D, thank you very much.
Hi, Gravy.
Over on twitch.tv/Stuttering Craig. A lot of people have pointed out, like Legacy says, Fortnite was a Hail Mary, one of gaming's biggest Hail Marys. Yes, Fortnite Battle Royale specifically was one of gaming's biggest Hail Marys, and it worked. They caught it. It's a touchdown. It's ridiculous. All right. I got one more fun thing before we get to your top 3 Mario games. Then we'll play Who Said It. I got one more. This is so fun. I enjoyed watching this today. We live in a soft world. This has been very established, Adam. I think you're going to appreciate. Did you see my Twitter this morning, Adam, by chance?
A little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if I caught what you're talking about though.
Okay. We live in a pretty soft world. A soft world where words offend people, where people are upset at the littlest things. And sometimes, you know, when I was growing up, I had a grandpa that if I messed up, it was whap, back of the head. What are you doing, you idiot? Don't be like that. Don't embarrass me, right? And you look around specifically on social media and you see things and you go, what the hell's going on with the world? What the hell's going on? But then you see things like this and you go, okay, we're not that far off. Let me bring you to the good old countryside. Countryside. Okay. All right. Yeah, where these two brothers squared off. And for the G2s who haven't seen this, these are brothers. And I guess it's like their dad or pappy or something is just like, hey, you're going to fucking fight. You guys have a disagreement. You're going to fight. And that's exactly what happens. So let's check this out. Call them back in the day, and here in Texas, we used to call them shit kickers.
I just love the dog. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing.
So they're fighting. So I guess the backstory here is that the one on the ground, this one, he's like the bully. And this one on top is like had enough of it. He's like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this nonsense. So their dad's like, fight. So he's in a position of dominance.
Get the fuck off me.
Come on now.
You done?
No need to run.
You can tell what type of guy the guy on the ground is when he's saying, get the fuck off me, and threatening him when he's got his fist out and his hand around his neck. How about you don't say that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, these boys are country strong. I mean, you can just tell by the way they're built. These boys are built.
They're supposed to be 11. That's what somebody said.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
Not 11.
They're not 11.
16,
like,
17.
that's impossible.
No, they're not 11.
My Twitter response was this is why I never wore the boots people got me for Christmas and shit when I lived in a small town, because I ain't fighting in no fucking heels, whether they be fucking stilettos or cowboy boots. I ain't doing it.
Oh man. But if you listen to the dad talking here, this guy, he cussed at his brother, and his dad's like, hey, there ain't no reason to be running your mouth right now.
I know, I love that, right? They're like fighting everything, but don't you cuss.
The dad is great.
The dad is pretty stubborn.
What are you doing?
Neither one of you run your mouth. Don't need to run your mouth from that position, Bailey. I promise you.
Put your hand off my throat before I cut your head off.
Bailey.
You see what he said?
Yeah.
Get your head off. Before I cut your head off.
That's what I mean. In that position, you're going to threaten somebody? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
And I like how the other one's holding restraint, saying, "I could totally punch the shit out of you right now, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm the better dude."
So we'll only watch about 30 seconds more because I do think there's so many wonderful little lessons in this that can be taught that they almost need to be brought back today. Like I don't know, man. It's interesting.
Bye. Don't run your mouth. Don't get up.
He's like, I can't get up.
Delete some of this because you dropping F-bombs. We're going to put this on the church page.
The church page. That's how you know you're in some country ass shit. We're going to put this on the church page.
You upload it on they can't say it because he said F, which is great. Well, let's continue on. This is, I think, the best part of the whole video here. Check this out.
Just finish. Bailey. Just hit him, Jay. Don't let him talk to you like this.
Like the fact that
just hit him.
So this guy here, the younger one who's been bullied, is over here like showing restraint as he's got his finger in his mouth and finger in his face, and his dad's over here saying like, "Look, if he's going to approach you like that, sock him in the mouth, just punch him in the mouth." Like there ain't, and the thing is, he ultimately goes off and he gets him a couple more times, and they get up on each other's face, and he ends up throwing him down. Like right there, and that's just the end of it. And he's like, "That's it," and he walks off. Right?
If you remember what the dad said, he said, what did he say? He said, "This is why he's been bullying you, because you've been being too nice." You know what I'm saying? Because you do all this, and then he swings at you, tries to hit you in the face, and what do? You don't hit him back. You let him go.
Well, I think what happened here is like, so this guy was the bully. He got beat up. Right. And the guy who showed restraint, the dad's right. Sometimes a bully's just got to get socked in the mouth.
You're right.
And otherwise they won't be until they won't be a bully anymore, and you just got to say, shut up and punch them in the mouth. And I just thought this was honestly really like refreshing to see. And I know that sounds crazy to watch a couple kids fight, but to see that it was done in a controlled manner. And is it kind of psychotic that the dad's like videotaping it?
Yeah, for the church page.
Yeah,
a little bit.
A little bit, but at the same time, it's like it's screwed up, but at the same time, still just sane enough to where it makes sense. Because I think that sometimes a good fist fight does everybody a lot of good. Because I promise you, after they got done here, after cooler heads prevailed and all that, they hugged it out and they were able to kind of get through things. And there will be other dust-ups later down the line. As somebody who grew up fighting with my brother all the time, it's going to happen again. But it's more or less it serves as a like a retardant to kind of bring the pressure down and bring the fire and the heat down for a while. You just get it all out, blow it out, and get it done. And
like I had 3 older brothers, and seriously, sometimes you just got to fight. It's the way it is. And so you could be mad at somebody and be a backstabber and a shit talker, but you just fight it out and it's over. Now you don't have to worry about this person talking shit to everybody. You don't have to worry about, is he going to find me when I'm out here? You know what I mean? So just yes, face it together, move on.
It's interesting because, I don't know. I just think that it's Adam, you've been quiet. I don't think you agree with our thoughts on this.
No, I don't mind it. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that will get triggered by allowing such violent acts to happen. But I mean, we need to bring back public shaming. We need to bring back calling out hypocrisy. We need to bring back like good old fashioned freaking like men being men, roughhousing and like getting out that aggression. Like it's being shunned for some reason, but it's like there are some people that need to get this out, because if they don't do that, guess what? It's going to get all pent up. Then they're going to get some crazy idea in their head and go fucking do something crazy.
Shoot
instead
somebody.
Maybe. Oh, I didn't want to say it, but okay.
Yeah.
It's this is why people go talk shit about each other on the internet. Well, don't do that. Just go do this, be done with it, and then you don't have to get 88, 89 other people riled up because you're talking shit on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
I think like all kids, or at least like mostly like young boys, should do like wrestling or boxing or some type of karate, whatever. Get all that, all that, like, I don't know, energy out, because they're always going to end up fighting, and then I feel like it just builds more character too. They should just all do it. Even some girls, honestly. Let's all just go take karate and wrestle.
Well, I think
the
there's a lot.
masculine trait.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's great.
no,
though.
but-
Let's do it.
Well, look, there's a lot of truth in what you said, right, Blabs? The idea that boys and girls should be in activities that allow them to get their energy out all the time, and boys and girls have drastically different energy. As
Whoa, that's bigotry right there. Craig.
I'm offended.
Listen, hey, as somebody who has two daughters and has had their boy cousins come over, you see it firsthand. And if anybody says that's bigotry, you can go fuck right off. How's that sound?
Well, and you notice it more when, like, say you have 4 boys in one house or 3 girls in one house or whatever, because it was very apparent in my house considering there were 4 boys.
Like, people who say that shit are people who don't have kids or who have never been around kids or don't live a family life. They're idiots.
Got that right.
And I have no interest in listening to anything that they have to say, because they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. But with that said, the idea of giving boys the opportunity to fight, I think this is awesome. Like, I think it's great. The idea that they're like recording it. Okay, like I said, I can see like whatever, But the idea that sometimes it just has to happen. It just has to happen. And I've been in fistfights before. I've been in both the position where I've been pinned down, and I've been in the position where I'm on top. And you know what? When you get done, you're done. You're done. And it's not like you're looking to like kill anybody. You're looking just to bruise. It's more of an ego thing than anything else. So
it's almost like dogs too. You know what I'm saying? If you notice, sometimes dogs have to decide who's dominant in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And people sometimes have that same thing. We have to decide who's the leader here. And if you can't talk it out, what are you gonna do?
No, there's always an alpha. Always an alpha attached to it, for sure. Yeah. So, anyways, I thought that was interesting. It was a great way to finish up with the Friday. So, I really enjoyed it. I just called that like farm justice.
I'm just laughing at all the people that this conversation has probably triggered, from gender roles to, understanding that men and women are inherently different.
What?
I don't think that anybody in our chat's gonna be that far off on that. So, but either way,
it's good to know.
Once again, we're built around people who have common sense in our community.
Reality is important to me.
So with that said, happy Mario Day, everybody. All right. I'll tell you, let's just do, I tasked you guys of your top 3 Mario games. Let's just fire those off really quick to tie into the Mario theme. And then we're going to play Who Said It for just a couple minutes with Travis. So Blab's top 3 Mario games, fire away, go.
So my first one would be New Super Mario Brothers Wii 2009, because I played it with my friends and family and all that. And then it would have to be, because I always play these on the Wii, so it'd have to be Mario Galaxy. And then the original Mario Kart on the Wii, because I just played that one more and I had so much fun. High school, college, everything. Yeah, I loved it. What do you give me that attitude for?
What's the attitude?
Look at him snide eye over there.
Oh, that's how he always looks, isn't it?
I don't think so. Like he's constipated or something?
Here's
that's always how he looks. He's always constipated.
Constipated Craig, let's go. I'll say this: the thing that got me was you said the original Mario Kart on the Wii.
Yeah, that's. Didn't they make one for the Wii U?
Yes, didn't they make one for the Super Nintendo and the N64 and the GameCube?
Oh, but no, I meant for the Wii, like for the Wii specifically.
The original Wii Mario
to the
Kart.
Wii U one.
Well, listen, I think that's great. I love hearing these different perspectives. Travis, what do you have?
Super Mario World, Super Mario 3, and then for me, Mario 64. I know other people think it's trash, but I don't.
Straightforward. I love it. Adam?
People really think Mario 64 is trash? The game was freaking great. Anyway, so I thought about it, and my third on the list would be Super Mario Brothers. NES, old school. I actually wrestled my cousin. Funny, we were talking about wrestling as kids. Like, we would wrestle over who got to be player one. And I mean, we legit got into fights, but I remember that being my very first Mario experience, and I loved it. My second on the list is Super Mario Land. Now, this one came out on Game Boy.
Wow.
And this was my first, like, I had Tetris and Super Mario Land on my Game Boy when I first got it. And it was a tough game. Now, I could probably beat it in about 6 minutes right now. Like, I could just run through the game. But man, when I was a kid, it was such a tough game for me. But it is the game that got me into loving side scrollers, actually. And my all-time favorite is Super Mario World on SNES. It is just, I could play that game. The nostalgia feels goes right to my DNA all the way through. I could just sit and play the game. I love that. Going to Star Road, getting all the coins. It's just a classic. I mean, there's plenty of other games out there that are great, but that's my top 3 for me personally. Yeah.
Good stuff. You guys know I put Mario 35 on.
We know your
Shut up,
list.
Greg.
I don't want to do this again.
I'll say this. Look, Mario Odyssey, Mario 3, Mario World. Like, those are the first 3 that come to mind. And like the technicality of, like, Mario Maker, it's because the game never ends, and I really appreciate that. But games that like Nintendo made, yeah, Mario World, Mario 3, Mario Odyssey for sure. So my game up for 22 months says, are they talking about the guys fighting? Are they fighting over who has to pick up the horse manure? There may be something to that for sure. I think they're just boys being boys. There needs to be more boys being boys. All right. Okay, so Travis, we have a game where we're going to play real quick, 10 minutes or so, called Who Said It? And Travis, give us the rundown of exactly how this is going to work, please.
So I'm going to say a quote, and the 3 of you will go, one at a time, or we can go together. It doesn't matter, but I would prefer to go one at a time, and we'll start with somebody different each time. And then you guys decide if one of us said it on the show, and it has to be on side scrollers, and it could be not us or somebody else. I'll let you know. And then if one of us did say it, then whom said it?
Okay, got it. I think I understand. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it might be a sentence that none of us have said.
Right.
Okay.
So there's two parts to it. Whether or not one of us said it, and if so, which one of us said it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you. Let's start with you go to Blabs first. Give Blabs a quote, and she has to pick. She has to pick if we said it, and then who said it.
All right. Let's see. Slice and dice with those cheekbones.
Sit here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Blabs first.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say slice and dice. No, none of them say that. Or you know what? I'm saying it's Craig. Or is it Travis? I don't know. Craig. Craig did it.
Right on the nose. It was Craig.
I remember the conversation
on episode 3.
We're talking about Adam a model, and I said at one point we had some great cheekbones, great cheekbone collection on the show. So I'd be working on that to get them back. So all right, let's flip to next.
Let's go with Adam. Sit on your bed. Sit on bed.
Fire away.
Shit on your bed. Shit on your bed.
I think the audio's messed up. I don't know what that's interesting.
What?
No, just
what? My audio?
I muted all everything. So audio's glitchy.
Shit on your bed. Shit on your bed. I don't remember hearing that on the show.
It was on the show. Now, do you want to take a guess who said it?
Shit, was it me? Did I say it?
It was you.
Damn it, I said it. So I guess right. All right. When the hell did I say that?
That was
random shit though. So
during February 15th episode is what it was.
That's the first episode. That's the very first episode.
Very first. You know, I need to make this game a little tighter. Just decide how we're, if whoever answers first, or if we're gonna go one at a time. You know what I mean? No. Next to you, Craig.
Hold on a sec. Yeah, I'm looking at this and the audio. 1 second. I'm looking at the.
Audio's not working?
No, it's very glitchy.
It's like a robot.
Huh. Oh, hopefully is everything. I just caught a little bit of it.
They said on Twitch it is,
and on YouTube as well. It's not very good. YouTube is Twitch is fine, huh? Okay, well that's interesting.
Back to normal.
They say it's good. Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, well we'll keep going. Okay, so we've gone through 2. Just a quick recap. Travis, the second one for Adam was shit on your bed. Shit on your bed.
Yeah.
Shit on the bed.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Shit on the bed. Shit on the bed. Twice in a row.
Sounds
on
good.
you, Craig.
Okay,
I
I'm
was
ready.
just imagining a rope around that beautiful neck.
I was just imagining a rope around that beautiful neck. Did I say that? No,
I didn't say that. I would never have said that.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's something that I would say.
I don't think Blab said something like that either.
I agree. So I'm going to say that was not on the show. Correct. Oh, we lost Travis.
Oh, you're muted.
Travis, you muted yourself.
It was on the Hunchback of Notre Dame, of all places. Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
Yeah.
I see how this is going. I was going to say,
Yikes.
and in a weird way, I was like, I can kind of see myself saying that in a weird way. I don't know why, but I mean, I don't know what. There's no limits to what will come out of this mouth.
I'm glad you didn't say that though.
Me too.
Let's try it where just whoever answers first. We'll see if this works better.
Okay.
I'll say a quote, and one of you guys, all of you guys, say if it was one of us or not.
Okay. If you hear the ding, it's me. I'm calling for the ball. Okay.
Okay. This is the quote. That package.
What?
I'm going to say Blab said that because I know Blabs would never say that.
That package, baby. No.
It was actually Adam who said that.
Context?
If it's really weird, you should just guess me.
It was on episode 3 as well.
I need context here.
I know. Tell us more.
Maybe that's something I'll have to do in the future is have them write down the context for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. We definitely need the context, and we need maybe a snippet of when we said it, just for reference, for sure.
So here's one. You're gonna get some Tetris, sex, and murder.
Me, I said that.
Yeah.
I said that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think so too. I think that was correct.
So you guys think it was on our show?
Yes,
It
definitely.
was actually me who said that.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember saying it, but
I
I
was
said
wrong. Isn't it amazing how you spew these things out and they just they're off into the wither of the internet for sure.
I don't do the tongue thing.
I don't
Adam.
I don't think that was me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Craig again.
Okay. Let me tell you, I bet we were talking about food at this point. That's my thought. I bet we were talking about food and we were talking about, did we have a conversation about tacos on this show? I feel like at some point we've talked about tacos. And maybe
I don't do the tongue thing with tacos.
yeah.
What does that mean, Craig?
Because specifically down
when I eat tacos, I like to stick my tongue into the taco.
No.
Make sure that
Like, what the hell are you talking? Why would you think tacos?
Because
Oh my goodness,
down here
that
in
is
Texas, there is a tongue taco. It's called La Lengua. La Lengua tacos. That's what it is. And
We have
I
not
think,
had that conversation yet.
okay. That's where I'm thinking it. That's where my conversation went.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, J. Rome got it right. It was Mushu from Mulan.
Oh, yeah. I don't do the tongue thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I'm trying to like go through my mind, like, why would I say that? That's where my mind goes initially. Why would I say that? Because Blaz probably didn't say that. Adams may have said that. Travis said that. Why did I say that? That's where I go initially with all this. So.
All right, we'll do one more. How about that?
See, I don't like that it might not be us. Like I just want to guess who it is.
Just
like
guess which one of us.
Like it could be anything. So like who knows? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the pulling random movies quotes.
That's why we're testing it out to see what we need to change.
I'm giving you live feedback right now.
All right. Just tell me I'm right. Is the next quote.
G2 feedback here. Look at this. All the G2 feedback. They're saying that the so many good tongue tacos. La Lengua is a legit thing, you know, and you know that if you ever had real
like cow tongue or something, you mean?
I knew they made cow tongue tacos.
Yeah. Just take the tongue, cut it up. I had tongue legitimately. I had a tongue taco 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it sounds gross.
It's not that bad.
I don't eat meat, so
Keyword that.
No.
It's not that bad, but it's bad. That's what he's saying.
No,
it's great, Blabs. All right, last one, Trav. Did you mute yourself again?
Oh, how many lines of coke are going to be done during that movie?
I don't think
that was said.
It. And it was one of us.
I think it was Travis also.
It was Craig.
I agree. What?
It was Craig who said it. Episode 3 again.
Episode 3 must have been a barn burner because I don't remember saying. Well, once again, context.
That was the one where we were talking about Tetris, and it was the movie about Tetris.
Right.
That we were talking about.
Okay. Now it makes sense.
The spy guy and all that.
Now it makes sense. All right. Well, I appreciate that, Travis. Good idea. Let's work on the execution. We'll put a little production value into this. Yeah. And we'll further this a little bit more as we go. Hey, Adam, how's the raid going over there?
They are getting their asses kicked. But the Salted Greppo team is definitely out in front. I've got Twitch rivals up and they are bouncing between a bunch of different teams. And Salted Greppo is clearly ahead. I've been kind of watching and seeing where he's at versus where the other teams are, and he's already passed where the other teams currently are. So he, as his team, is one of the best raid teams in the world. They have won the past 3 world's first raids in Destiny 2 in a row, so that they're looking good for a 4-peat, which is pretty crazy.
Nice. That's good for them. Do they win some sort of money or something?
They actually have. Well, let me share the window, and you can see he has his belts, the world's first belts behind him. He actually has like straight up like world wrestling belts behind him. So if you look right here, he's got 3 of these, and they have the raid emblem on them. So he's gotten these belts. So him and his team have won 3 in a row of the world's first. So yeah, they're working on the raid. I think they're in like the 3rd encounter now. They've gotten through 2 encounters, and it looks like a freaking shit show.
Okay, well, is this the challenge that you were waiting for?
It seems like it's going to be tough. I hope it's challenge mode too. The first day of a raid, they always have it on. Everything's hard. It's extra hard. All the challenges, you have to do every single challenge to get through, which when you play the raid normally, it's a lot easier. But every encounter has a challenge mode, which means you have to do it in a specific way or you instantly die if you don't do it the specific way. So first you got to figure out how to do the encounter. Then you have to figure out how the challenge mode is done. So like one person can only touch one thing one time, and then you have to like rotate, so you really do have to have everyone on point of knowing what you're doing to get through a raid. It's pretty crazy.
Well,
so
I look forward to hearing more about your if this ups the stakes, if this ups your ability to like Destiny 2 in the new
I
release.
still love Destiny. Nothing's going to change my mind on the fact that the new campaign they just released is absolute trash. Horrible writing. The NPCs are crap. I feel absolutely nothing for anything that they brought out. Even the new mod system is good, but I also have my reservations on it. Mainly pertaining to the artifact that you can change your mods around, but you still have to redo all of your artifacts every time for a different instead of the artifact being tied directly to the loadout, which is so stupid. I don't understand why they wouldn't do that. It's like they're simplifying it, but not having an experienced person help simplify it. They're just like, oh yeah, let's make it easier, and completely ignore a big, huge portion of the build that ties to the load-ins. I'm sorry, I get ranting on it, but
it's great. It's great. Give it up for Captain America, who came in with a tier 1 sub for 5 months over on Twitch. Thank you so much, Captain America. And Christopher says, out of context side scrollers quotes the new out of context comic book panel. Sure, I sounds great. I mean, I love the idea of taking things out of context, but we'll clean it up a little bit and we'll bring it to you guys good. But with all that said, it is now time to head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. If you guys are not, please consider becoming a patron. Cannot say how much we appreciate that. Literally from the bottom of our hearts. Head on over there, become a patron. I am considering doing another stream this afternoon, maybe sometime this weekend. But I will certainly, I certainly plan on starting to do some Patreon exclusive streams as well. So just consider heading over there if you guys wouldn't mind. We would really appreciate that. With that said, great job this week. What are you guys thankful for? Blabs.
The sun that came out today for the first time all week.
Adam.
Warmth.
Travis.
We need sunlight.
Being able to have fun working.
I agree.
I got a real answer. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Love it.
I'm grateful for this rad nailer.
There you go. Love it.
That my wife made my birthday awesome.
With your smorgasbord cake. With all that said, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. We'll see you guys on Monday at 11 o'clock Central Time for the next episode of Side Scrollers. Twitch, you're out. Oh, go ahead, Trap.
It's smorgastorta. All right? Get it right. Sorry.
Wait, what did Craig say he was thankful for?
Me? I'm thankful for being able to do this on a day-to-day basis. For sure.
What was that? I missed it. You were censoring yourself.
I'm very thankful for being able to do this.
What? Why do you keep censoring?
I'm thankful for the censor button that Adam keeps hitting.
No, not me.
Couple quick super chats came in at the very tail end. Appreciate that. As we are still live on Twitch, just for on YouTube for a second. It says Joe says, "Hey Craig, subscribe to your channel after the Jeremy interview. Enjoying your stream, great content. Hey Blabs, cheers. Hey Joe, thank you very much. Appreciate that. That is incredibly nice and glad to have you here. If you guys came over from Germany yesterday, really appreciate that. And Evan with the $13.99 super chat, that is outstanding. Says, cheers guys, have a great weekend. Hey, we certainly will. Thank you guys very much for your support. With all that said, it is now time to say au revoir. YouTube, we'll see you guys later on. Have a great day. And if I stream later on, just be ready. Just be ready. And with that said, we are clear.